All right, guys, I just want to leave you with some extra stuff. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to go over some bonus material with you, some things that I think are important to you. So remember, we do the best we can to avoid injury, but you're going to have it from time to time. So while you may not be certified in first aid and things like that, there's basic things you can do. You can remember the acronym RICE: rest, ice, compression, elevation. So if you have somebody get injured in your class, I recommend writing up an incident report, but then also get them off their feet if it's a lower body injury. Try to get some ice on it if you have some type of wrap, something like that. And I would even follow up with your participants afterwards just to let them know that you care and see how they're doing. Another thing to prevent injury is becoming less and less common these days, but there for a while, the toning shoes, like the Skechers ones in particular, were popular, and they were showing up in our classes where they've got the unstable bottoms on the shoes. Not only are they terrible for your joints, and reports have shown how bad they are for you, and they've gotten sued for it, we don't want somebody unstable when they're coming in trying to do a loaded lunge or something like that. So if you find participants with those shoes, turn them away. They can't take the class with those shoes on because the risk of injury is too high. So either send them home or have them get rid of their shoes. One of the cool things about Sparta is that the instructor doesn't have to participate. And while that may be a bummer to some of you that you don't get your workout in at the same time that you're teaching class, it's one of the things that makes us different. So you go to a class, like a traditional group exercise class, the instructor is up in front, they're doing the exercises, squatting, pressing, punching, doing whatever along with the class. They're not able to come out to the participants, correct them, and teach them properly. Whereas with us, we're walking around the entire time, we're able to get on the floor, we're able to show them, help them do the motions, the form, the exercise correctly. So it's one of the neat things that we have, and that there's a reason that our instructors don't participate. The next thing you're going to have to do is submit a video of yourself teaching. This video is going to include the warm-up and the cool-down, plus about 5 minutes of you teaching during class. So I just want to see you engaged. I want to hear you talking to people. I want to see you getting down on the floor and interacting with your participants. There will also be a quality assurance form that your club representative is going to have to fill out and send back saying that you're ready for the next level and to move on to be able to teach. In the meantime, I want you guys team teaching, co-teaching classes along with the established instructors at your facility. If you don't have one, you need to contact me so that we can set something up to get you guys some team teaching experience or figure something else out for you guys. One little side note, even if it seems fun, you can never use the Sparta Home Exercise DVD to run during one of your classes. Just not something we allow. It's a different style of workout, and this is supposed to be fun and different from the video. Staff classes. If your club has not run Sparta before, by all means, get them in on a class before you release it, because how is somebody going to promote the class and talk about the class and say what it's like if they've never done it themselves? So try to get a staff class organized before you launch it to your people. Another thing with teaching, with coaching, just kind of a general rule of thumb, and you'll see it on one of your next slides, is keep your hands off them. That doesn't mean you can't touch them, but be aware of how and where you're touching them and ask them first. Some people are funny about it, even if it's in an area that you think might be okay. So I always ask participants, do you mind if I put my hands here? Can I show you what I'm talking about? If you really start to getting into touching someone in their belly, around their chest, stomach, hips, butt, you may run into issues, so you're best off just staying away from it. Believe me, I've seen it. I've seen a trainer, as someone's crunching on a ball, telling them they want the activation right here, and I've seen a very upset participant due to that kind of thing. The dress code for teaching Sparta is typically up to your club. If there isn't one, Sparta gear is always recommended. All right, so I have a couple of extra things I'm going to throw in for you guys that you can find on your Google Classroom. You're going to find a muscle diagram that will help you guys further understand the body, agonist and antagonist muscles, where the muscles lie, how they sit, how they operate. A couple fun videos in there for you guys to watch as well. I do want you, as you're going through this, as you're thinking about becoming an instructor, to think about how you can put your little touch on it. So that may just be your style, your energy, something special you do, I had an instructor one time, not for Sparta, but for a spin class. Her name was Mary. And the very last song she played during every spin class was Proud Mary. That was her little signature, her little hook that got people loving her. They expected that at the end of her class. So try to find that special Mary moment for you guys that you can put into your classes to make people want to come back to see you in addition to the class. The next thing I have on our slides, I talk about Sparta being doable and achievable. That's really important because people need to feel like they can actually do it. They need to feel like they can achieve it, that they're not going to be just set up for failure every time they come in. If it's too complicated, it's going to kill the program. So if you look at Sparta, it's really not that complex. The entire system may look like an organized chaos, but really every exercise by itself is not that crazy, not that weird, not that complex. It is simple, and it's simple for a reason. We do a million variations of a push-up, but it's still a push-up because people understand what a push-up is. So try to keep it simple, try not to kill it.